Try that again.
After you.
Okay. We finally come up with a name for our new show here, and it is
2 Guys, 1 Shop.
Now, some of you guys might have thrown up in your mouth a little bit on that, but I want to promise you, it's not that kind of shop.
Mostly. Anyways, Dan has a project here, and I have a project. This is going to be our typical day out here in our shop. Usually we have multiple things going on, so what do you got going on?
I have a 2000 Chevy Cavalier that the clutch has gone out in it. When you go to push the clutch in, it hits a hard stop. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but we'll drop the transmission, find out what's going on with it. And you've got a project with a go-kart.
Yep, we're going to continue working on the suicide cart, on the repower on it. So let's see what's going on.
Okay. Gretch got a line on some go-kart parts, so we're taking a quick road trip. Go collect some stuff, do some Craigslisting.
Oh yeah. What we got? An axle and a set of tires. Cool. Try to cheat a guy down. He wants 50 bucks. We'll see if we take 40. It's not too bad. We're rolling into trashed out junky Alero. Hold on. Let's get a mileage check.
So anyways, we'll get some video of the...
I'm not being safe.
You didn't see that.
Didn't see that.
But anyways, we'll get a look and see what he's got out there and pile it in the back seat here and head back to the shop.
Trunk.
Alright, so we got some tires. We're on the edge of almost buying another project. Guy had a full go-kart in pieces, total basket case. Frame was busted in about, what, 8 places?
Oh my God, the frame
like that.
it needed a lot of repair work. It could be done, but man, was that thing beat.
But yeah, back seat there you can see there's some great big fat tires that are going to go on.
But it had a Honda 11 horse on it and a Comet 40 torque converter set up. So that right there is worth some pretty good amount of bucks, especially considering it was all, you know, already set up on the motor mounting plate. You just put it on there and go. But it would have been a project. I would have had to go back and get the truck, go get cash, you know, and it would have been at least 200 bucks. And I'm just like...
So what he's trying to say is he's lazy.
Yes, I am lazy. Also, I'm swamped. So, but we have some bigger, squishier tires for the back end of the suicide cart, so that'll help the ride on it. And we're pretty good size, so I don't know what that's, even though I torqued it down to an 8-tooth sprocket, we'll see how it runs.
Cool.
Well, what time is it, Dan?
I don't know. What time is it?
It's transmission removal time.
Yay! I think this is the
This
last...
is where we anticipate it just dropping out nice and easily, and we end up cussing and screaming and throwing tools. But we'll find out.
I think that's the last one.
Oh, it didn't fall out. So you have absolutely everything disconnected, huh? It's out! Woo!
Well, we got the transmission out, and there doesn't seem to be anything mechanically in the way of the clutch. So, I guess it's time to put it back in. Well, we did fix one problem. It wasn't shifting nice. We greased up a connection that was bad, but we're going to put it back up in there and see if we can replicate the problem or if we've solved it. So, I guess here we go.
Yay. I want to go work on a go-kart.
We can do that as soon as this is back together.
I want to go work on a go-kart. Well, we're back on go-kart action because Daniel owns a Cavalier.
Yes, I do. The slave cylinder is shot, which, by the way, has been replaced twice now. But on the good news, bad news part, it's part of the clutch kit, so I'm going to go ahead and just replace all of it. The clutch, the
Pressure
plate, I keep forgetting. Pressure plate, and the slave cylinder, so...
And the clutch disc.
Yeah, I said the clutch.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so that way, no matter what the problem is, I should have it fixed, so...
Yes, but the Cavalier is boring, so we're back working on the go-kart. But I had to replace this chunk. This was part of the rear frame where the other motor mounts was mounted, and it wasn't real good, so here, take a look. Hey, watch this. What do you think of that, huh? It was really thin right here. And I tried to weld this hole shut, and it just kind of blew right through that, and it's bent, so...
So now it's junk.
So now it has a fresh chunk of metal there. This is our new axle. This is our new sprocket and hub. What else we got? Oh! This is the disc off of the motorcycle. That's the rear brake on this nowadays. And this is my massively, seriously overbuilt steel hub. I don't know why I did that, but apparently I thought I needed a lot of metal.
But it works.
So, it's a nice little machine thing. Still got the key in there, so. Now, as I remember, it's a little bit tricky, you know, getting this all slid together, so we're going to try to do that. And get all the parts on there, and then we can start seeing exactly where to set up the engine and the motor mount plate, which I have here, but it doesn't quite cover that distance. It's not long enough, so we'll have to run a couple cross pieces. So, back to work.
All right, let's do it.
It's time to use the hydraulic press. Grab that and I'll go set up. Grab me a 1/2 inch wrench or ratchet or something. Which?
Now you need something to punch it with, huh?
Apparently. Yep, I need to punch it. Punch it good. Give me a sockety. Ah!
Maybe I should have got a deep well.
The plus one. 50 tons of peel pressing power. We used about
2.
No, not even that. Maybe like 300 pounds. But well worth the money. Fancy.
That looks brutal.
It does look kind of grumpy, don't it?
Yeah. Let's get down so they can see it. Yeah, that looks grumpy.
Adjusting your angle. I was going to get a picture of you guys working on it.
Okay, so we've successfully fixed the Cavalier. The Cavalier had a bad slave cylinder in it. That's the third one that I've put in the Cavalier. I'm not entirely sure why they sell junk parts like that.
Yeah, one failed instantly. You had the original one, which is probably was the one we should have saved.
Probably.
Because it still worked. And then we put a clutch kit in it.
Right.
And it died instantly, so we had to take the entire thing back apart and put another slave cylinder in, and then a couple months later, that slave cylinder died.
Right. But on the positive side, the clutch is the smoothest clutch, the lightest clutch I've ever felt. I mean, it shifts beautifully. I call it a successful product.
Yes, it's running very nicely. We also fixed an issue with the shifter linkage on the transmission was getting stiff with some corrosion.
Yes, sir.
So it also has a newer shifter cables, and it has a new actual shifter assembly. So it actually drives nice, and I was actually kind of surprised because Daniel's not the best on maintenance.
What? Me?
And it drives really nice. The brakes are really good. The steering's really nice. Everything's nice and tight, quiet. So the Cavalier is done. As for the go-kart project,
Let's go over there.
we're going over there. So here's the go-kart. I had to raise the motor mount. This is really kind of tricky to set up, but here's the motor mount so far. It's got a little notch for the frame, so we got to finish figuring out the positioning, figure out where the chain's going to go. I got hubs for it now. We got to unlock the steering, fix the brakes. Yeah, we got a lot to do. Hook everything up. So
Yeah, it's a work in project for sure. Work in progress
yes,
for sure. This is going to be a multi-episode.
yeah, it needs at least a part 3.
Right.
So, and for some reason we're walking around and the camera's magically.
No, we have many cameras.
Oh, many cameras. Alrighty, so that's a wrap on today's work, and thanks for watching. Are we live?
I think we're live.
So Dan, tell me, why are you so angry?
Well, the car that we just fixed, which we'll talk about in a little bit here, decided to die on me. It acted like there's no fuel. And it says it's got a quarter tank, but we'll see. Anyways, so I walked about 2 miles to Dennis's house because after calling him twice and texting him about 20 times, it was clear he was not listening to his phone. So I
was sleepy.
So I barge into his house and start hollering up the set. Wake the hell up, you dumbass!
He was upset.
Not really.
But now I have caffeine in me.
Yay.
So now we're taking the truck, which has the low fuel light on. So maybe this will run out of fuel too.
Wouldn't that be exciting?
And we're going to go recover a dead Cavalier. Is this the dead Cavalier?
Yes, it is.
You should show the people the dead Cavalier.
Alright.
Look at that. He conveniently put it where we can back right up to it.
Isn't that